Have you ever woken up and felt heavier than the night before? Like something inside your body just isn't draining the way it used to? I'm Dr. Johnny, and if you've been feeling swollen, tired, or foggy for reasons you can't explain, I need you to hear this next part very carefully. Because what I'm about to tell you may be the missing warning your kidneys have been trying to send for years. Right now, millions of Americans are walking around with toxin buildup so high that their kidneys are fighting every minute just to keep up. And most of them have absolutely no idea it's happening until it's almost too late. That's the frightening truth no one talks about, and it's the reason kidney fatigue has silently become one of the fastest growing health threats for adults over 40. But here's the part almost no one expects: your kidneys aren't failing because your body is weak. They're failing because they're overwhelmed. And once you understand what's clogging and slowing your internal filters, you can reverse that pressure far more easily than you think. In this video, I'm going to show you 3 everyday spices, simple, inexpensive, already sitting in your kitchen, that can flush out trapped toxins, calm hidden inflammation, and help your kidneys breathe again. These aren't trendy superfoods or miracle supplements. They're scientifically proven tools that work with your body's natural detox rhythm. And when used correctly, people often feel lighter, clearer, and more energized within just a few days. And the best part is each spice supports a completely different detox pathway, meaning your kidneys get relief from every angle. But before we dive into the first one, the golden ingredient that cleans like fire and heals like sunlight, let me tell you why these few minutes might be the most important investment you make in your long-term kidney health. Because once you understand what's happening inside your body right now, you'll never look at feeling tired the same way again. When I think about the first spice that can rescue an overworked kidney, turmeric always comes to mind, not because it's trendy, but because I've seen what it can do inside real patients. I once treated a 61-year-old woman named Marlene, a retired math teacher who came to me exhausted, swollen around the ankles, and frustrated that she had done everything right, yet still felt her body slowing down. Her blood work showed elevated inflammation markers and creeping creatinine levels, not high enough for alarms to blare, but high enough for me to know her kidneys were under silent pressure. And what struck me most was how she said, "Doctor, I don't feel sick. I just feel like something inside me is stuck." She didn't know it then, but that stuck feeling was inflammation clogging her filtration pathways, the same silent enemy affecting millions of Americans, especially people over 50. Turmeric became part of her routine, nothing extreme. No detox fads, just a daily half teaspoon, paired with a pinch of black pepper to boost absorption. And here's where science backs up what she felt: curcumin, the bright golden compound inside turmeric, has been shown by the National Kidney Foundation to reduce creatinine buildup and calm oxidative stress inside the nephrons. Think of oxidative stress like microscopic sparks burning the delicate filters inside your kidneys. Curcumin acts like a fire blanket, smothering those sparks before they scar the tissue. It doesn't work like a drug. It works like a quiet shield, repairing damage we don't feel yet, but absolutely pay the price for later. The change in Marlene didn't happen overnight, but it was undeniable. Within 4 weeks, the swelling around her ankles didn't return. Her morning heaviness softened. Even her sleep improved because her body wasn't fighting inflammation all night. And the most surprising part, her fasting glucose dropped, not dramatically, but enough that she said, "I feel like my body is finally listening to me again." That's because curcumin naturally improves insulin sensitivity, and high blood sugar is one of the biggest hidden threats to kidney decline. When your insulin works better, your kidneys don't have to fight excess sugar tearing through your blood vessels, and suddenly your whole system feels lighter. But here's something most people get wrong: turmeric only works if it's absorbed properly. Your body can't extract the benefits without piperine from black pepper, which increases absorption by nearly 2,000%. That's why I always tell my patients turmeric without black pepper is like having a key without a lock. It simply won't open the door. And because curcumin is fat-soluble, pairing it with olive oil, avocado, or even coconut milk turns it from a simple spice into a therapeutic tool your kidneys can actually use. The golden milk recipe: warm almond milk, half a teaspoon of turmeric, a touch of pepper and cinnamon is one of the gentlest nighttime detox rituals you can do. But let me be very clear. More turmeric does not mean better results. Too much can irritate the stomach, thin the blood, or contribute to oxalate buildup for people prone to kidney stones. Balance is everything. A small, consistent dose always outperforms megadoses that stress the system. Your kidneys don't need a shove. They need support, and turmeric provides exactly that when used with respect and consistency. And if you've ever wondered why some people wake up feeling lighter after turmeric tea, it's because reducing inflammation allows your kidneys to move fluid more efficiently as you sleep. And this is exactly where the rhythm of your kidney health begins to shift when inflammation calms, filtration improves, and your body stops fighting itself. Turmeric opens that door, but the next spice pushes your kidneys into an even deeper level of circulation and detox, reaching places turmeric alone cannot touch. But just knowing this isn't enough, because there's another force inside your body, one far more dangerous, that needs to be addressed next. If turmeric opens the door by calming the silent inflammation inside your kidneys, ginger steps in like a force of nature, warming, awakening, and pushing fresh blood flow into places that have felt stagnant for years. And I mean that literally. I remember a patient named Robert, a 58-year-old truck driver, who told me, "Doc, I sit for hours every day. My legs feel heavy, and my urine looks darker than it used to." His lifestyle wasn't unusual, but the consequences were. Long hours of sitting had slowed his circulation to the point that his kidneys were receiving less oxygen, less nourishment, and less support than they needed. The filters weren't damaged yet, but they were slowing, and slowing is where trouble begins. That's when I introduced ginger into his routine, not the candy form, not syrup-soaked slices, but fresh ginger root. Just a small thumb-sized piece steeped in warm water each morning, and I watched as the shift happened faster than either of us expected. Ginger contains powerful compounds called gingerols and shogaols, which act like natural stimulants for the renal arteries, encouraging blood to move through the kidneys more efficiently. It's like opening a window in a stuffy room. You don't notice how stale the air was until you suddenly feel the freshness pour in. Johns Hopkins research shows that ginger can actually reduce renal fibrosis, meaning it helps prevent the stiffening and scarring of kidney tissue caused by toxins and long-term high blood sugar. Robert didn't know the science behind it. He just knew that within 2 weeks, the heaviness in his legs faded and his morning urine became clearer. He even joked that he could finally see the bottom of the toilet again. But behind that joke was a real physiological win. Clearer urine often means the kidneys are filtering better and the body is releasing excess sodium, the same sodium that silently raises blood pressure and wears out kidney filters over time. Ginger works like a natural diuretic, but unlike prescription diuretics that strip electrolytes and leave you exhausted, ginger helps the body release water and sodium while holding on to the minerals that keep you stable. But the benefit that often surprises people most is ginger's effect on blood sugar. Think of high blood sugar like a slow acid drip on your kidney's tiny blood vessels. Over time, it damages the lining, stiffens the filters, and accelerates kidney decline. The National Institutes of Health found that ginger improves insulin sensitivity, helping the body use sugar more efficiently instead of letting it build up like sludge in the bloodstream. For people like Robert, who was pre-diabetic and didn't even know it, that single change made him feel more alert and less foggy in the afternoons. His body wasn't drowning in excess sugar anymore, and his kidneys weren't being forced to clean up the overflow. One of the things I love about ginger is how versatile it is. You can grate it into soups, blend it into a smoothie, or sip it as warm tea. But warming ginger tea is especially powerful because heat naturally enhances ginger's essential oils, creating a gentle detox wave that moves through the bloodstream without shocking the system. Just don't drink it too late at night unless you enjoy waking up at 2 a.m. to use the bathroom. Its natural diuretic effect is better suited to morning or midday. And avoid mixing it with caffeine-heavy drinks. Too much stimulation can push the kidneys into overdrive instead of helping them recover. If you've ever felt that warm, soothing sensation spread through your chest after a sip of ginger tea, that's blood flow increasing, not just to your stomach, but also to your kidneys, your liver, and your entire detox network. And when circulation improves, inflammation drops, filtration rises, and energy begins to climb again. It's subtle at first, then unmistakable. That's why people who use ginger consistently often say, "I don't feel younger, I feel unblocked." Because detox isn't about flushing, it's about freeing what's been stuck for too long. And yet, as powerful as ginger is, we're still missing a piece of the puzzle. Circulation is only one part of the equation. Your kidneys also depend on something far more delicate, a balance of minerals, pH levels, and the ability to clear acids before they crystallize into stones. Ginger can't do that alone. But just knowing this isn't enough, because there's another factor more hidden and more dangerous that determines whether your kidneys stay clean or slowly clog from the inside out. If ginger frees what's been stuck by boosting circulation and warming your detox pathways, parsley seed steps in with a completely different kind of power, quiet, subtle, but unbelievably effective at helping the kidneys release what they simply cannot push out on their own. Most people think of parsley as nothing more than a garnish, something restaurants sprinkle on a plate for color. But inside those tiny seeds is one of the most overlooked natural tools for cleansing the urinary system, restoring mineral balance and preventing the acid buildup that slowly corrodes kidney function. And I learned just how powerful it can be from a patient named Evelyn, a 64-year-old grandmother, who told me, "Doctor, I feel like my body's holding water it doesn't want." Her ankles weren't swollen, her blood pressure was normal, but she described a persistent internal heaviness, especially around her lower abdomen and back. It wasn't dramatic enough to send her to the ER, but it was chronic enough to make her feel older than she truly was. Her lab results showed something subtle but important. Her urine pH was consistently acidic, and acidic urine is one of the leading contributors to uric acid crystallization in the early stages of kidney stone formation. Stones don't appear overnight. They start as microcrystals, tiny sharp grains that irritate the kidney lining and quietly reduce filtration speed. And the more acidic the environment, the faster they grow. That's where parsley seed came in. Just half a teaspoon crushed and steeped, nothing fancy added to warm water, created a gentle infusion that she drank a few times a week. What happened next wasn't dramatic, but it was transformative. Within 10 days, she noticed her urine becoming lighter, her lower back pressure easing, and the uncomfortable internal heaviness dissolving. What she felt was the direct effect of apiol and myristicin, two natural compounds in parsley seed, known for increasing urine flow without stripping essential minerals. Instead of forcing the kidneys like harsh diuretics, parsley seed acts more like a guide encouraging the urinary system to release excess sodium toxins and acid residues the way it's supposed to. Science supports this too. Research from the University of Maryland Medical Center confirmed that parsley has natural diuretic properties that help the body clear waste more efficiently while protecting the nephrons from oxidative stress. And unlike many diuretics that lower potassium to dangerous levels, parsley seed maintains electrolyte balance when used in small doses. It gently raises urinary pH, making the environment less acidic and far less friendly for stone formation. In fact, the NIH has noted that individuals with a slightly alkaline urine profile have significantly fewer kidney stone recurrences and more stable filtration over time. Evelyn didn't know the biochemistry behind what was happening. She only knew that her abdomen felt lighter and her energy returned in a way she hadn't felt in years. One afternoon, she told me, "I didn't realize how much pressure I was living with until it finally lifted." And that's the hidden danger. When something worsens slowly, the body adapts and calls it normal. It's only when that pressure disappears that we notice how much it was weighing us down. But parsley seed offers more than detox and pH balance. It contains vitamins A, C, and K micronutrients that protect kidney tissue from free radical damage, support the epithelial lining of the nephrons, and regulate calcium movement in the body. When calcium is poorly regulated, it clumps together and accelerates stone formation. When regulated properly, it moves smoothly through the system without hardening. That's why small, consistent use of parsley seed can make such a difference for people who tend to form stones, retain water, or struggle with mild urinary tract irritation. The only caution I give my patients is this: moderation matters. Too much parsley seed can lower potassium and cause fatigue, and pregnant women should avoid it entirely because its essential oils can stimulate uterine contractions. But in the right amount, steady, gentle, respectful, it becomes one of the most reliable kidney-supporting herbs we have access to. And when you combine what turmeric does for inflammation, what ginger does for circulation, and what parsley seed does for pH balance and detox, something powerful happens. The kidneys finally get to work the way they were designed to, without drowning in the overload of modern life. But even with all three of these natural helpers, there's a part of the detox system that spices alone can't touch. One silent network that decides how fast toxins even reach your kidneys in the first place. And just knowing this isn't enough, because there's another factor hidden, easily ignored, and far more dangerous that determines whether your kidneys truly stay protected or slowly clog from the inside out. If parsley seed helps the kidneys release what they've been holding, abdominal lymphatic drainage takes things a layer deeper, because the truth is, your kidneys can only remove what actually reaches them. And most people don't realize that toxins don't simply float to the kidneys. They travel through a silent river inside your body called the lymphatic system. When this river moves, you feel lighter, clearer, cleaner. But when it slows even slightly, you can feel bloated, stiff, foggy, and older than your age. I've seen this pattern so many times, and one patient in particular made me realize just how powerful lymph flow can be. Her name was Caroline, a 67-year-old retired nurse who had perfect discipline with her food, took daily walks, drank herbal teas, even monitored her urine pH, and yet she still complained about an unexplained internal heaviness, the same feeling many of my kidney patients describe. She told me, "Dr. Johnny, it's like my body is clean, but the heaviness is trapped under my skin." That sentence stuck with me, and it was exactly what pointed me toward the lymphatic system, the overlooked partner in detoxification. If blood is the highway of nutrients, lymph is the drainage system that collects waste from every cell. And just like any drainage system, when it slows, everything upstream slows too, including the kidneys. Abdominal lymphatic drainage is not a spa massage. It's a clinical technique supported by the Cleveland Clinic, shown to improve fluid movement, reduce abdominal swelling, and even enhance kidney filtration by helping toxins reach the kidneys in the first place. The technique is gentle, almost deceptively simple. You lie down, bend your knees slightly to relax your abdominal muscles, and use slow circular motions around your navel, moving clockwise, the same direction your intestines naturally flow. After a few minutes, you guide your hands downward toward your pelvis, following the exact pathways your lymph vessels use to carry waste toward the main drainage points. It sounds basic, but the effect can be profound. Caroline practiced just 10 minutes before bed. 10 minutes. And within a week, something changed. She said, "I didn't know my stomach could feel light again." Her digestion improved, her bloating reduced, and most interestingly, her morning urine became clearer. That's a sign of increased lymph flow. Toxins that were stuck in tissues finally reach the kidneys, and your filtration system gets to do its job without fighting upstream blockages. It's not magic, it's physiology. When lymph moves, your kidneys don't drown in the backlog of waste. Your liver doesn't choke on the overflow, and your entire detox network finally works as one connected system instead of three organs trying to clean up different messes. But there's a delicate balance. Lymphatic massage must be gentle. Press too hard and you collapse the lymph vessels because they sit just under the skin, not deep inside the muscle. Do it right and you feel calm, almost meditative. Do it after a heavy meal and you'll feel discomfort because digestion is already placing pressure on the abdominal organs. But pair it with proper hydration and your body responds beautifully. Water becomes the vehicle that carries the newly mobilized waste out of the system. If you've ever felt incredibly relaxed after stretching or lighter after a simple belly rub without knowing why, that's your lymphatic system coming back online. Most people think detox is about herbs or diets, but the real secret is movement, slow, intentional movement that opens the pathways between your cells and your kidneys. And once you feel it, you will understand how much pressure your body had been silently holding on to. But as powerful as this technique is, we're still missing the final piece, the difference between kidneys that stay resilient for years and kidneys that quietly decline even when you think you're doing everything right. And just knowing this isn't enough, because the last factor, rarely discussed yet, absolutely critical, may determine whether your kidneys stabilize or whether long-term damage becomes unavoidable. You've just taken in some of the most practical and powerful steps you can use to support your kidneys. And I want you to remember something important. Real healing doesn't come from big dramatic changes. It comes from small, consistent choices that you commit to day after day. If you've made it this far into the video, it tells me you care about your health, you're paying attention to your body, and you're willing to take action before a problem becomes a crisis. And that alone already puts you ahead of so many people who ignore the early signs until it's too late. So here's what I want you to do. If any part of this video helped you understand your body better, please save it so you can come back to these steps whenever you need them. And make sure you subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications because I'll be sharing more kidney-safe tips, medical insights, and daily guidance to help you stay healthy, strong, and confident in your own body. I want you to have the tools your future self will thank you for. And before we end, I want you to hold on to this. Your kidneys are not fragile. They are resilient. They respond beautifully when you support them with the right habits, the right foods, and the right mindset. No matter where you are in your journey, whether you're trying to lower creatinine, reduce swelling, or simply feel lighter and more energetic again, there is always a path forward. Healing doesn't happen overnight, but it does happen, especially when you take care of yourself the way you did today. And I'm here to walk this journey with you, one step at a time.